Hello viewers and welcome to the GonzoEwok channel with me Gonzo
Me Ewok
for another episode of
Geordie Space Program.
Right, so what we're doing this time then?
We're gonna shoot straight from Minmus.
Champion, so we're going to Minmus. What did we do last time?
Operation Nedald.
We did, and we did that absolutely perfectly.
We did.
We did. That went without a hitch. That's a landmark in Geordie Space Program.
Absolutely. We're launching at night, which is a shame, but you'll be able to see everything once we get up.
We could speed things up on the ground. You can speed things up at the Space Centre there. I would totally recommend doing it.
What's the difference between meat shield and meat stage?
The meat shield was the rescue vessel.
Okay, so, let's start off with the meaty rocket, which is what we used last time.
Indeed.
We had a quick chat there, decided we're going to take 2 people to Minmus if we can, to try and maximise our potential.
Yeah,
for sciencey goodness.
Yeah, the thought was behind this, if we're going to Minmus and we take somebody else and we take another cockpit, I think in theory that means that cockpit we can store more data and more reports in.
So we can bring more science back.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have the mobile lab yet, so we can't really clean experiments, but we can maximise what we're doing here.
In terms of crew for this, we'll send Jebediah.
Right,
First man on Minmus.
Ballsy.
Backed up by Ned himself.
Good. Earn your keep.
Earn your keep, Ned. You're part of the space program now.
So,
let's just have a very quick review of this rocket, just to make sure we've got everything we need.
Yeah.
We've got all the support and struts. I believe this is all absolutely fine. Are we going to worry about landing this stage? Because it takes a lot of time.
You say everything's fine, but if we're looking up at the top stage there doesn't seem to be... Oh, no, there is struts. You did that stupid diagonal thing where you just, like, hoid them across the...
Yeah, it's all
fuel tanks.
Strutted up. So, I mean, that shouldn't have made a difference to the stages we've got built in. That should be good to go. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the rocket. I just want to launch it.
Right, I mean, you seem well up for this, but what I would do is, before you launch it, nice, I'd save that up, jump back into the main space centre, and then just speed things up so we're going to be launching during the day.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put it on the launch pad, so that it's ready to go. So that's ready to go, they're all sitting there, they're going to check their equipment, do their overnight checks.
The overnight checks.
Do the overnight checks, so back to the space centre. And we'll do a daytime launch. As you say, it looks a bit better.
It does. So we'll just speed things up slightly there.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, how many checks are they doing? Right.
Whoops.
Dawn launch about 6 days later.
Let's see, what we've got active. No, we've
got to come back.
Right, we want Explore Minmus because we're going to be doing that anyway. Plant a flag on the moon, science data from around the moon. Nah, we'll just stick with Explore Minmus as our contract.
Yeah, it would have been nice if we had some more Minmus contracts there, but we'll be going back.
Let's see what we're going to get for this as a quick review. So in total, we'll get 164,000 plus the sum of its parts. So that introduces an extra bit of science.
Nice.
And yeah, we're gonna come away with this with a pretty good amount of stuff.
A good little haul here.
Go to the meaty rocket on the launch pad. Right. We do have all our science gear on this, don't we?
We do, yeah. We've got a couple of group pods. We've got
our thermometer on the bottom there.
Now it's doing that wonky thing again that I don't like. So get it up there.
Okay, let's just launch. We haven't got a communicator on this, so we do have to come back. Jed's piloting. Ned's in the passenger seat there.
I love the fact that we're sitting on the launch pad and going, "Oh, I probably should have had this," and it would have been a 10-second job to go and add it.
I'll tell you what. Let's add some stuff.
Right.
Let's add some stuff.
I know you didn't want to spend a huge amount of time looking at the rocket.
But this'll be dead quick.
Yeah. It's a nice quick one just to throw some bits on. Just on the off chance. We've been doing very well, so we're kind of due problems.
Due a big disaster.
Yeah.
Right, so let's stick a communicator on the top.
Whoa, have we even got barometer and whatnot on?
We might not. Let's straighten this communicator up. Yep, that looks good.
Pretty straight.
Let's get a barometer on there.
Yeah, barometer.
We've got a thermometer on there already, so we'll stick a barometer there. That's all we need in terms of science. Oh, we do have the mobile processing lab. It's heavy though.
We could take it, but let's. Yeah, I thought we didn't have that. To be honest.
I must have unlocked it recently.
We'll go back at some point. I mean, this is just our first sort of
what
explore
we
of
could
Minmus.
Do is we'll see how much this costs. We don't want the huge decouplers though.
I think we've got to test it in orbit. What on earth are you doing?
These guys need to come down. I don't want them there though.
What are you doing?
It'll all become clear in a second, mate. I just fancy a little bit extra thrust. So I'm going to stick some of the small solids on the bottom there.
Okay. Intriguing. I hope with them being in that close proximity they don't overheat.
I think they should be alright. I mean, I can stick another one on the bottom there as well.
Well, we didn't discuss this.
We didn't discuss this, but as a design it's sound, and these are pretty cheap. Okay, it's going to be fiddly getting this one in. I probably should have put this one in first. I had it there for a second.
Easily done. Not wanting to do it. Sorry for the silence, folks. We're both standing, kind of slightly amazed by what's happening here.
There we go.
Nice. Right. Now, now get that one on. If this screws up our best laid plans here, I'll be very upset.
Let's get them all on there. I mean, we should go up like a shot with all these solids on the bottom.
In theory.
Probably want to get a bit structural integrity on them.
That's not a bad idea. So what turned into, let's put a communicator on the rocket, has turned into, alright, I've just came up with this idea, I've pulled it out my backside, where we'll just slap a load of extra solids on.
What's the worst that can happen?
We know what the worst is that can happen, because we've seen it happen. Get back in, Nedald. Get nowhere.
Okay, now we are good to go.
Right? I'd love to see what happens here then.
It'll be fine.
In theory, and it's something that Ringo pointed out a few weeks ago, that really Minmus should, if you're playing the game, should be the first place that you aim for.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get the Minmus than it is to get the Mun, because it's further away geographically, but it has a very low gravity well.
Yeah.
So it's quite easy to escape from after you've got there.
Yeah, to kind of get there and to kind of have a bit of an explore. Mind, this thing is literally going up like a rocket.
Yeah, which is exactly what you want from a rocket.
Yep.
So this is, yeah, it's not even overheating that badly, just the one in the middle.
Yeah, and that's acceptable.
Let's just hope. Yep, the bottom fell off just fine.
There is still one still there. I'm not happy about
that. It won't be weighing too much.
It did slow it down quite a bit when they came off. Oh,
there we go. Got rid of it manually.
Great.
Go!
They fall off incredibly close to the rocket. Every time that happens, I just
it always makes me feel a little nervous.
Yeah,
when
just
that
like
happens.
pucker a little bit when I see them come off. Because I'm just convinced this is the time they're just going to tip over and take out the bottom half of the rocket.
Well, we're going up quite slowly, but you know, that extra poke would have helped.
We lost a lot of forward momentum as we ejected the solids there.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite heavy.
Yeah.
The solids really to try and... See, we're at the point now where the atmosphere is starting to thin out, so that is going to help.
Start getting ready for your turn. There
yeah,
we go. Right on cue.
Start the old gravity burn there. See, straight into it, really. Not a lot of messing around. This is the beauty of once you get a rocket design that sort of works. I mean, it's by no means perfect. We could spend a lot of time tinkering with it to improve it, but I think it's good enough for the job at hand.
You know, I might have said in the last video as well, but I love the cockpit setup that we've got with that kind of like the nose cone and then that kind of inline one.
Yeah.
Looks badass. I love it.
It does. It's what we used as the life raft for Operation Nedald, which was a rip-roaring success.
Yep. Hopefully this one will be as well.
Leaning a little bit too far for my comfort there. Although in reality it's probably more efficient than what I'm trying to do.
Are you going to see if you can bring down the parts again?
We could do.
I mean, we don't particularly have to. We're having some like talk off camera about it, and in your personal playthrough you're not really worrying about it, and it's not really having a big impact on your finances.
Yeah, I think we're too worried about our finances. I'm a little bit worried about this. We don't seem to be doing as well in getting our orbit as we have on previous ones. We seem to be further off. I mean, we're absolutely gunning it in terms of speed, like.
Yeah, we'll get there. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's always one of those things you worry about it until you're getting sort of right up there, and then it suddenly starts going very quickly. You know, once you kind of hit the upper stages of the atmosphere and start breaking out. So that's nice.
So, I mean, we've got a bit of fuel there. I'm just going to quickly cut it and see manoeuvre node and see how long it reckons it would take us to
Probably about a minute.
get an orbit there.
Oh no, not much.
I mean, that's a messy orbit, but it's an orbit. 34 seconds. You think we've got 34 seconds worth of fuel?
Probably not. Not in the bottom stage.
I think pretty close.
Yeah.
How about I start burning when we're on 34 seconds rather than when we're on that 15-second mark?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So I'll just skip forward a little bit.
Kick in with the worst engines.
So I don't want to leave we're too far off it.
So, hopefully we should have enough fuel. I mean, it's been a recurring issue over the last few episodes that, we have struggled somewhat with fuel. Not so much with Operation Nedald, but certainly when we went to the moon and when we did our flyby.
But you see, Operation Nedald had all of this available to use.
Yeah, didn't need it in the slightest, really, did it?
I think we're going to be alright achieving an orbit with this this stage, to be perfectly honest.
Jump up a little bit. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a little bit shy.
Just a tiny bit shy.
Yeah. If anything, that's handy though. If we do that, means we can
do
that.
Yeah, so it is a little bit shy.
It's okay. That means that it'll come down and we can watch it aero brake. There's the trademark explosion.
It always does that. Oh, we're just going to leave that. It's worth 20 grand, but let's just let it crash and go straight to Minmus, eh?
You're piloting this one. Personally, I'd like to see it come back down, as it will do as soon as it hits the atmosphere. It might actually come down and land as well, the way that we've done it, so we might be able to save all of it. Might be able to save all of that 20 grand. You know what? I'm sure the viewers will forgive it if we do it.
We're a little bit too early for me to be wanting to try and push this orbit out at this stage, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit of a mess.
See, this is sacrificing fuel because it's not an efficient burn to get an orbit, but we'll get there. I'll go to about 65, and that'll be enough to keep her there. In fact, I'll just go to 70.
Yeah, that should be plenty comfortable.
Right, where's the probe? Switch 2.
And this we've just got to watch come down, basically. See if you can find the planet, because should get some nice re-entry effect as it comes back round. Planet there below it.
Here we go.
Starting to drop back down. So you're doing physical time warp here as well, just to help.
Just to speed things along, because I don't want to spend too many times.
No,
people have seen this before.
I know, and it slows down the pace of videos somewhat. But you know what? Just for sort of completeness sake, I'd like to see it done. And plus, I'm kind of secretly hopeful that it might come down on land, because we haven't seen it touch down on land yet, just because of the way that we've done our previous launches.
Let's see if we can get an indication of where it might come down. So
we're gonna, because we'll do aero brake.
We're gonna hit up. Yeah, we're never coming down on land. We are gonna land in the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna start to brake pretty rapidly once we hit about 30,000 feet.
Yeah. Start seeing the nice trail effects coming up and all the flames. I'll put the legs out.
I'll put the legs out.
There we go.
I don't really have enough torque to do any rotational movement, so let's hope when the parachutes come out it sorts it and rights itself.
Usually does.
It should do.
It has done before.
And we've got enough parachutes on there that it should be a nice soft landing. We've
Yeah.
always got that problem with that stage slightly exploding.
Yeah,
I mean, it never seems to do any harm to the ship. I just think the way we sort of reverse engineer that tri-stack onto it, I don't think it's designed to do that in the manufacturing.
Nice little island shooting by there at the bottom. Would be nice to land on that.
And there's the parachutes out. We want to make sure that we slow the physics down when we hit around about that 500 feet mark, because sometimes it still does tear your ship to bits,
Yeah.
even though it's a lot more reliable than it used to be.
So that definitely looks as though we're coming down in the drink.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no land for miles around. Oh, actually, we're not that far from the land.
See, I mean, it could have worked. It could have been something beautiful.
I mean, in the global scheme of things, we're not that far out.
No. But it is what it is. I know you didn't particularly want to do this, and I appreciate that.
Once the bank balance is sitting a little more pretty.
Right, bring it in.
So once the bank balance is more secure than it is now, then we can start throwing things away willy-nilly. But while we're at the early stages, when one mistake can set us back quite a bit.
It's true. If something bad happens to Jeb and Ned going across to across the Minmus there, that could still sink with potentially. So cool. Recover it.
Recover it. I mean, it's worth it. How much do we get back?
Not much.
Only 8,000. I guess we're too far out from the space centre for it to be that worth our while.
I think it's probably because most of the cost and that'll be the actual the liquid fuel.
And we've spent all the liquid fuel.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Minmus. Where is it?
Where is it?
A little bit further out.
There's a bizarre manoeuvre node there that I don't remember laying.
Right.
So we'll set that as our target. What's our incline? We are 5.9 off, so we're probably going to want to correct that.
Yeah.
So, what do I want to do? A northerly burn to correct that?
Whatever you fancy. No, not that one.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
the right
that
way.
is right.
So I want to get to that point and then sort of burn northerly. I'm not too bothered about getting it, perfectly on, as long as I'm sort of within about 1 degree. It should be enough.
Yeah, I
for
mean
it to
it's only
shoot
rocket.
out there
It's only
and
rocket
capture the
science
other.
after all, isn't it, Ewok?
It's not exactly brain surgery, mate.
If only we could find a brain surgery simulator, and not like there was an old one on the Amiga, just called Brain. Can you remember that?
I
You ever play
can't. I had a brain surgery simulator on my old laptop,
that?
which was really unfortunate, because you had to drill until the sound changed.
Yeah.
But the sound card on my laptop didn't work, so I just had to drill randomly, and I kept on randomly skewering patients' brains. And
I had
killing
exactly the same problem. I think I had like an emulated version of the old Amiga one. I remember playing it back in the day, but I never had an Amiga. My cousin did, and
them. I'm burning
one
through
of
the
my
fuel
mates
here.
did.
I really am. Let's try and correct the node here. That worries me a little bit.
How much fuel have we actually got here? I mean,
I-
these little bus engines, they're
I don't
not
know.
bad.
At the very worst, we'll be able to secure a flyby, but with Minmus having such a gravity well, or such a low gravity well, we're less than 1 degree out. I'm going to leave it there.
It's just.
It will be
I
fine,
see.
it will be
Hardly
fine.
touched it. Hardly touched it.
Right, I can't remember the exact angle you want to be for Minimus in terms of getting an encounter, so I'll have to spin it a bit.
It's not. It wasn't bad there. It seemed like they're coming up there. Is that Minmus?
That's Minimus, but with a
Yeah, terrible.
we're on the
terrible
wrong
Minmus.
side of it, so we want to push out a little bit more. I am going to need a bit more delta V, I think. What am I doing wrong here? Is it because we're shooting over the top of it? No, we're shooting down the bottom of it. A periaps of 150,000. That's Mun! I'm doing a bloody Mun encounter. I'm looking at the wrong bloody thing.
It's easily done. Easily done.
So
So
let's...
get more stuff. More. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, what was that?
I'm just pulling it back because I don't want to use too much delta V. We're in an unfortunate place that we're doing a zip by so close to the Mun that it's interfering with my manoeuvring.
That was it there. It's just it's very hard to do fine adjustment to your manoeuvre sometimes.
It
you
is.
know.
It is with this mouse. We should really switch to one of my wired mouses when we're
Yeah,
playing this game.
I'd be up for that. I mean, I've said in other videos for other games that we'll play that. I find it really, really hard sometimes with that mouse. Ooh, that'll do it though.
500. It's it's a distance out, but it's enough to get where we need to be, and we can
Saying
correct
that,
from there.
that burn is 1 minute and 46 seconds.
Yeah, it's always a long burn to get there. Fortunately, it's a short burn to get back.
Hmm.
That's the thing about Minmus. So we've got 8 minutes till we hit the node. Where is the node? You'd think it would be on this inclinational plane.
But I mean, it is.
Hang on. Do we have? Yeah, we've got. I panicked there. I thought we didn't have solar panels. That's a bizarre place for the node to be, but
Isn't
that's
that the opposite of it? Wouldn't it be at the top of your nav ball now?
No, you only see one node.
No, that's okay. I
So
just panicked there.
that's the way we're burning.
Yeah. Right, speed whelp. And then it's drifting back to where it should be. Cool, getting there.
What do I need to start burning on? So 30 plus 26, 53 seconds. 53 seconds? What's 53 times
It's
2?
106. 53, you're right. There we go.
So 53 seconds is where I want to start doing my burn.
That was 20 seconds ago. Start burning. That's probably not going to help, you know.
Yeah, it'll not help, but you know what?
We're going to do it anyway.
We're gonna
because-
do it anyway. It'll probably have it in the wrong place, but I like to think that I don't really understand all the stuff that's involved in manual course corrections. I can never turn around and think to myself, right, because we're going in this direction, we're targets in this direction, and to be picked up by the sphere of influence, I can never get it right in my head. But if I just stop thinking about it and go, right, I'm going to burn this way, quite often I end up in the right place. Quite often. I mean, we might end up in a orbit around Kerbal forever, but...
Yeah, it's just Jeb and it's just Ned who's only just been saved.
I mean,
from
it's
being stuck in space.
It's kind of like a subconscious thing, kind of human intuition can be a lot more reliable than your own intelligence.
Sometimes, yeah, just go with your instincts. But
If I try and think about it too much, it just hurts my head. I'm not used to navigating in three-dimensional space.
yeah, I mean, go with your instincts, but it is rocket science.
It's it's embarrassing when I watch people like Scott Manley on YouTube. So I've said before in previous videos that I've never been much of a Let's
I've
Play
got you
watcher.
watching
You're
a
always
couple.
the one who watches other people's Let's Plays, and I'm the real sort of, I don't know, the pariah in the Let's Play community who's like, yeah, I don't even really watch Let's Plays, but I want to make Let's Plays. But I've really started getting into Scott Manley. I've been watching his Interstellar Quests, and I've been watching a couple of his own sort of how-to videos. And I
Yeah,
find
some
them,
of his challenge runs and what have you.
I find them really useful, and some of the things he can do is just
Stop.
unbelievable.
What's that red one? What is the... Oh, it's gone. It's gone. That's okay.
Right, so we've got a Minmus. We've got Minmus Periapps. It's a long way out, but I'd rather start from there and correct it.
Yeah, we're going to make that go.
So-
What's the fuel situation like just before we... Oh, that's fine.
Over
No.
50%, and it takes less than 50% to get back.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the crazy stuff he's been doing, like where he was exploiting some of the parts that don't have full physics encoded.
Yeah.
Where he managed to get a craft. He was using the infinite fuel cheat because he couldn't attach
Yeah.
fuel points, but by using the infinite fuel cheat and building the ship almost exclusively out of parts that didn't have any physics, he was able to exceed the speed of light.
Yep.
And he shot into one of the planets.
And went straight through it.
He didn't go straight through it.
Oh, no, he bounced.
He
That's
bounced
right.
off it and ended up going backwards through the solar system at about 15 times the speed of light.
So that's how you do it then. Really, we should write into to Star Trek and say this is how you do it. You just bounce off a planet at the speed of light, and then you're at warp 15.
Yeah, I like to think that Kerbal's been encoded with realistic enough physics that even though they didn't realise that's what would happen, that might actually happen in real life. Hang on, where's my Minmus encounter gone? I'm in a Kerbin orbit now.
Right, drop a manoeuvre node. It's probably just been lost slightly as we've moved from Kerbin Sphere of Influence into the moons.
I'm having trouble dropping a manoeuvre node. So I'm going to quick save and quick load, which isn't cheating, because we do that whenever we have glitches.
We did agree on that one. I
If
don't
we
think
have a
that.
glitch.
I don't think that was a glitch. You know, to be honest, mate.
It's just giving me trouble finding a manoeuvre node. I'm tempted to think that a little retro burn might do it.
In theory, yeah. If you're going with your gut, it might.
So I'll just give it a tickle and see what happens, eh?
Have we got any nodes? If you zoom out, have we got anything to tell us whereabouts Minmus is at the minute? You know, like sometimes you get those little arrows on the line.
No.
No, fortunately not.
It's because we're in this little bit of a weird moment where I think it's not sure what it's doing.
It's
Hang on, what's that? That's a Kerbin apoapsis.
there we go.
There we go.
We're
You
back.
see? I
Yeah.
told you, little retro burn.
Nice. I like this.
You see,
Free hand
you see-
to Minmus.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't have any logical
Yeah,
reason
I don't
why
know why
that
that
would work.
works, but that
But I
should
don't
work.
know why it would work, but I think if I do a retro burn, I might get a Minmus
It's
encounter.
actually give we a better encounter as well doing that.
Yeah, slightly
actually
better.
much
We were
closer
about
than we were.
1.5, weren't we?
So get there and then retro burn like buggery. Get ready to slow down. Slow down.
Yeah, I'm slowing down. Right,
Slow down quicker. You're still not slow enough. I mean, like the there. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I meant. I couldn't even get the words.
What
out.
you wanted to actually stop?
I meant just slow down to like real time. That's all I meant. Well, that's not a bad little burn to get we down. 20 seconds there.
So 20 seconds to bring us into a very, very wide orbit.
But from there, then we can plot out what we're going to do next.
Let's do an EVA report with Nedald. So we've got 32 signs for that.
Nice.
And get back in and we'll do a crew report.
We can
So
transmit
20
this as
signs.
well.
Yes, we can transmit that for 100% value. I'll turn the talk back on, I didn't mean to do that.
Always handy.
So review the stored data. We'll transmit that.
Just keep an eye on your electricity levels. Just,
It'll power back up pretty quick.
just want to make sure because we've kind of got our backside pointed at the sun. You know, and the solar panels are on the side.
It is charging up, so we're alright. So there you go, we've got our first bit of Minmus science back.
Nice.
And that's also given an extra 38 science as a bonus and 20 grand.
Nice.
So let's walk forward a bit until we get this encounter.
So next one is to touch down. We did debate with the idea of doing a flyby and coming back, but we are looking to actually put feet on the ground and do a little bit of exploration around
Absolutely.
this year.
Right, so I'm going to find my manoeuvre node before we go any further forward.
Cool. Like it.
This is going quite
Smack bang.
smoothly so far. I mean, it's a hell of a wide orbit we've got.
It is. The landings, you know, even though Minmus, really, it's one of the easiest landings you can do.
But I do
wrong.
not want to come in like a bullet. I
No.
want to come in nice and slow, nice and controlled, and I think we've got the fuel to do that. I'm going to do longer than 20 seconds burn, because I'm going to bring that. That periapse down nice. So I'm probably going to start burning around the 30-second mark.
Yeah, I think it's all right to really do it now. Probably a tiny saving on efficiency if you do it right at the right time, but not a huge amount of difference, I don't think, up here.
But that manoeuvre node. In fact, I want to get rid of it because it's interfering.
Just keep an eye out.
Slow that down a bit.
Bring it down nice.
Now I'm going to wait till we get there and then do another little corrective burn.
To the apoapsis, I take it.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure we get the most bang for our buck when it comes to the fuel we're using.
Cool.
I mean, without being too anal about it, but
Yeah, but
at the same time,
yeah, don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
So we'll bring that down a bit
Nice.
more.
But this is
Maybe get it down to about 10,000 each way, and that'll be a really nice low orbit to hit Minmus with.
It's like we probably know what we're doing. We're actually being fairly sensible here so far.
I can afford to turn that up a bit.
Less sensible now.
Maybe about 20,000.
Yeah, that seems about right, I think.
I'm not sure what the surface level of Minmus is like.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's slightly less than the moon.
But it does have some peaks.
It does. Now. Yeah, that's good.
Right, then we'll get round to the other side and bring it down.
Try and bring it down on the light side if at all possible.
Absolutely.
Because
fully
we want to be able
intend
to
to.
see it in all its good minty green goodness.
Fully intend to, buddy.
Right. So do you want to jump back in? We'll be able to see the surface from here.
Let's get the orbit first, and then we'll get a good view of the surface once I've got the orbit.
Alright.
But let's just stick in the nav for now, and then when we're done here, we'll show everyone Minmus in all its pretty glory.
And I'm sure most people have probably seen it. Not everybody, though. It's quite nice reading on some of the discussion boards as well. Some people can't even get an orbit, never mind get elsewhere. You know, like some of the new players coming in.
I mean, we're far from being brilliant.
Oh,
I've got
totally
over
not.
100 hours invested into this game now.
Yeah, easy.
So there's a lot of learning to do.
But it's so worth it, though. It gives you a sense of satisfaction that you're not going to find in many other games, really, when you manage to accomplish something really cool.
Now, you might be conscious that I've done a lot of burning, but I've been keeping the
It's
throttle right down, so
that's it.
we should be okay for fuel.
Sipping at the petrol. Right, that's coming down a bit low. Don't like that very
I'll
much.
just leave it at that. I mean, we don't need an absolutely perfect orbit. I mean, look at that. How pretty is that? Let's get Jeb out to do the second EVA.
You let go there for a second. I didn't like that very much.
He did, so we'll do another EVA report. Space just above Minmus's lowlands. We could do a circle and we'll get a few different EVA reports.
We could.
And put the experiment in there. And then jump in. Take a crew report as well. 20 sides. Send the data.
Nice. And that one as well.
So
Aye, that's not too bad for getting like some flyby data.
let's skip forward a little bit.
And that looks like a different biome to me, if you ask me.
It does. So Nedald.
Yeah, Ned's turn. Earn your keep.
EVA report. There we go. That's Minmus Midlands.
Hop
Jump back in.
report.
The crew report doesn't make a difference.
Alright,
It's reset experiment. It's only the EVA reports that you get different results on.
That's alright, we can get a few.
We'll do another one. We'll zip round over here. That might be the only ones we get. This looks a bit high and mountainous, so we'll stop above here.
Yeah. See that slight change in colour?
We'll get Jeb out. Do you want to see if there's anything different there, Jeb? Yeah, Minmus slopes. Yeah, get in. Another 32 signs. You see, we're just banging it here.
Yeah, certainly are.
And if you could send that one off as well, please. And then I think I will look around.
Yeah, and then see if we can come down on the light side, eh? Got plenty of good landing spots underneath where we are at the minute. Just depends on where you want to come down, really.
I think that's, other than the poles, I think we've hit the main biomes. I don't think we'll get anything else. But
There's quite a few on Minmus, but they're probably quite small and nondescript unless you're specifically looking for them. It's probably just luck if you hit them, I think.
yeah, it's the back of the lowlands again.
Alright,
Never mind, I don't want to spend all day
We
over
just if you jump back in there, we saw Kermin just coming over the crest. Look,
Oh,
there it is,
there
and the
it is,
moon in the background.
the moon, yeah.
It's a nice view.
It is.
Alright, so whip around the dark side. That
Yep.
looks big. It's worth a try.
It's always worth a try.
If you
I
can
can
click
click
the
on it.
button.
No,
Nah,
nothing
it's
there,
amazing.
but you know.
Worth a try, of course.
I mean, there's obviously the poles, but I don't want to mess around.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be back. We'll be back to the moon and Minmus, I'm sure, at some point. We'll keep getting contracts for it. It's a nice, effective thing to do, really. There's the moon, the sun, even. That's not the moon.
Right, this is a bit of a mountainous region, so I don't want to come down over here.
There's a nice bit there. Look, there's some lakes up in the top left. I think we're probably going to come down on the slope there, though.
I'm going to aim for this sort of area.
Yeah, I think that's worth doing. We haven't got a ridiculous speed going on here either.
No, I wanted to keep things quite sensible. That's why I came in with a very, very low orbit.
So it'll take very little to kill the horizontal speed here, with horizontal velocity.
You know what? I might just come down now.
I mean, you could do, I think. I mean, the danger is that I think, you see that slope there, there's a good chance we'd come down on it. Just remember, I mean, we've still got a lot of fuel, but we don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Absolutely.
Killing that off nice. Yeah, that's not too bad going, really.
See, I'll get one coming straight down.
Yeah.
And then I think...
That was always the problem when we first tried our landings. We wouldn't really do much about horizontal velocity.
And what I want to do is I just want to push us out a little bit this way. So we're moving in that direction.
Like it? Yep, just aiming for the big open expansive flat bit. It feels nice to be back at Minmus. It's been a while. That wasn't a little bit. That was loads.
We're going at 20 metres a second, for God's sake.
It was loads.
Don't panic. You see, that's exactly where we want to be. I've done that perfectly.
Alright.
Don't know what you're worried about.
The viewers can't pick up on it, but I am giving you
You're
a bit
scowling.
of that was a begrudging nod, is what that was. It wasn't a scowl.
This could be a bit
That's
top
just my
heavy.
face.
Just say it.
Put the legs out.
Put the legs out. There we go.
In future as well, we should really put a few lights on the ship as well. That was another thing that we could have done while we were jobbing on.
Well, as long as we're making sure we're coming down on the light side, I say that is a bit of a non-issue.
It is true. It's just nice if, we do need to put down on the dark side, because, I watched the a couple of our previous videos, and coming down on the dark side just doesn't make for great watching. It's very hard to see what's happening.
But with Minmus in the Mun, I think nowadays we're more or less fine to pick our landing spot a little bit carefully.
Yeah, we can do.
And I think because we're next to these mountainous regions, I could do a little jetpack up there, see if we can get different soil
If you
samples.
want to, I think the range for those is deceptive, but if you want to try it, by all means,
The
just
range
don't
is
do anything
deceptive,
stupid.
but you could jump a long way with them.
Well, we're kind of thinking having Ned on board means that we can take a little bit of a risk as well, because he is effectively like a free astronaut that we got for the rescue mission.
You see, we're 7,000 up, but the ground can often be deceptively far away.
Yeah.
I'm just killing off all our horizontal velocity now, so we're coming straight down.
Yep, that's it. Point up and then just keep.
I mean,
an
it
eye
still
out.
looks like we're quite high up, doesn't it? I'll skip
does.
forward a tiny bit. Don't want to get our speed going too high.
No, it's
Definitely
not
don't
going
wanna push
ridiculous
over
though. I mean,
100.
Minmus is very forgiving as well for like beginners to come down on, just because it has such low gravity.
And we're at the point now where we're starting to go dip below the level of that mountain, so we can't be too high up
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things.
Well, the sun is across to your right, so I'd expect to see shadows to your left. Shadows will start appearing across over there, over on the big flat bit.
Over that way.
Yeah, over in that direction. That's where we'll see our shadow.
And that means 6 more weeks of winter.
I believe it does, indeed.
We are very low now, actually. I can tell just by the landscape
Please
around.
face the other direction if you don't mind. Just because that is where the shadow will come up right a bit more. There. The shadow will come from that direction. Unless we're in shadow because of the mountains.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see a shadow. But that's fine. I'll just keep our velocity hovering around 10.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of fuel
I mean,
to get back.
it's deceptive because it still looks as though we're quite high up when you see it like that, but we ain't. Just keep our eyes open. Keep an eye out. Still no shadow.
Lovely and flat though.
It is, aye. Nice area to land.
God damn, so slowly. But I
Really
don't know
nice.
how far the ground is. There should be some sort of component you can unlock to tell you that.
I think there is a component, I've just never been able to spot it, where you can actually get like radar altitude rather than like actual physical altitude.
Okay, that's coming in now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can tell because the textures have changed.
Kill some of that off. Still no shadow. Just dropping that down, just tickling it. Tickle that throttle. It's quite nice. Don't shoot your wad. There's the shadow coming from kind of where I said it was going to. Nice. There, we're down. We're down. Bit of a bounce, but we'll come down nice on that. Yeah, that's
And here
fine.
we are, welcome to Minmus. Let's get some science done.
That was very nicely done.
Oh, have you
Happy with
noticed
that
what goo containers I want you?
one. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh well.
50 science. There's no pressure, so we'll probably not get a barometer reading. No atmosphere.
Well,
Log the
what's it?
temperature for another 40.
We can use the barometer when we get back at the other end as well, wherever we'll come
Observe
down.
the materials bay for 125. Do a crew report for 25.
Might as well send that back while we're here. And then we'll get to see the little bits stick out the end of the rocket. I'd like that. There it goes. Nice.
Right, first man, or first Kerbal, on Minmus.
There's wussed out and jumped straight back in. There he goes.
Jeb Kermin. Landing.
He's quite high up, that. It told the rocket really to land. Down. There
Jeb
we are.
Kermin, down. Flag.
In the shadow of the rocket, out comes the GonzoEwok flag. It's a momentous occasion. And it's the right way round.
Welcome
That means
to
the gods are
Minmus.
smiling on me. If the flag comes out and it's the proper direction, we're fine.
Population 2.
Nice.
And that's the wrong way around, actually.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The gods are forsaken.
The gods are angry. Take a surface sample for 150 from the flats.
Nice.
And an EVA report.
Cool. Right,
100.
get them back in.
No, you need some company.
Oh, you're gonna jump out, are you?
I have to flick back to the rocket.
I think you're the flag now.
Now I'm the flag. Now I'm the rocket. It's getting dark, isn't it?
It is a little bit. Can it be helped?
Second man on Kerbal.
Kerbil.
Second man.
Kerbil, you just made that up.
Second man on Minmus.
It worries us when the pilot
Nedald.
lands and then says, oh, I don't know where we are here. I'll just get the name wrong.
Right, Nedald's going to go and explore the mountains.
Cool. So is Jeb just going to hang out by the flag for a bit? Okay then. So this is the biggest test of your RCS abilities that we'll have seen in quite some time. Now, you've used a good chunk of your fuel there. That's about 10% of your fuel gone from that initial burst.
Let's see what this leaves us to. You know, I could have checked. We're probably...
Coming up to about a kilometre away from there.
Oh, you see, look at that.
It's not bad, it's just you'll have to slow yourself down.
I'm going to push it a bit more. There we go. You're right, I have to slow him down, because if I don't slow him down, he'll hit the ground like a dart.
Yeah, we've done... well, we haven't done that with RCS before, but we've made lots of things crash like a dart, and the same principles apply.
And the problem is, you can't tell what your speed is
Yeah.
when you're doing this. You're relying purely on the visual. Well, that's got to be a different biome, doesn't it? Which
I'm
means
sure
we can
it
bring
is.
back another 200 odd science if I pull this off.
Ned,
And
your
that's a
life,
big if.
Yeah, your life is worth that to us, Ned. So,
He's now 3.5 kilometres away from the landing zone.
and drifting.
He looks happy enough.
Yeah. Well,
Am I still going up? Yeah, I'm a long way away from his... I can't warp. So we're just going to have to ride it out.
That's okay, guys. This might turn into a slightly longer video, but you know, I'm sure some people would quite like that.
I bet not many people have seen a trick like this being done, I bet. Because the pros come with enough fuel to just zip across. To be fair, we could have took the rocket across quite easily, I think.
Yeah, I think we've got enough there where we could have done that and then still got myself home fairly comfortably.
I'm going to try and kill the vertical here. Or kill the horizontal, rather. Because I think we're far enough that we're in another biome.
Yeah, just down on those slopes. It's worth doing. Right, he's starting to come... Oh no, he's still actually rising. Ever so slightly.
He'll start coming down pretty soon, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just about at the Apo.
How's he looking?
It looks like his vertical's more or less dying off. Sorry, his horizontal, I keep getting that wrong.
Yeah, I'd say that's it now. Now he's just going to start dropping.
Oh, I really do wish I could speed this up a little bit because it is painfully slow.
It is, but you know, it's one of those things we've got to get done. Really, it's
We've
worth
travelled.
it.
We've travelled 6.4k.
Ah,
On the way back, it should be easier because on the way back, I don't need as much vertical height. In fact, on the way here, I didn't need as much vertical height. Now I know that,
yeah,
so I can just do more of a horizontal burner.
it gives you a little bit of safety margin as well. You know, if you get yourself up a little bit higher, it just gives you a little bit room for manoeuvring. It gives you a bit room for
he's coming down pretty quick.
Yeah, that's fairly...
About 10 meters a second.
Yeah,
And getting faster.
yeah, that's not great for a rocket. Never mind a little chap in a space
Yeah,
suit.
the landing legs probably wouldn't handle this.
Yeah.
Again, though, I don't know how high we are. If only there was a flag down there.
Yeah, that's not really going to be much use as a reference point either.
Okay, I was just doing a test there to see how quick the RCS on the pack slows us down, and it slowed down quite quickly. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, he's a freaker. We saved his life, so he owes us his life.
Yeah, it would just be nice if we can actually do this because it will give us a lot more science,
And
and,
this-
it's
and it's
something
what it's
different
all
that we
about.
haven't done before, on recording at least.
Yeah, it's something brand new to the next generation of the Geordie space program.
Yep.
I don't think we'll do it again
Yeah,
because it has taken a long time.
Yeah, it was my concern. I know we did briefly kind of talk about it just before we started recording, and it's a bit of a slow one to do. It's you know, a bit like watching paint dry, if we're brutally honest. Green paint drying. Oh, what are you going to do? Coming down.
We'll
I'm
get
getting
back
any
quick
further
enough.
away, so we've definitely killed off a horizontal.
Yeah, it's starting to look pretty close, that ground.
Yeah. Textures aren't properly in yet, though. Still quite high up.
And then Mrs. Lowlands, we're in the same bloody biome.
You're joking?
We've made no progress.
Right. I'd sod this. It's boring.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up the top of the mountain. I'm gonna land just to make sure, and then head back.
Yeah.
Or we could, if you really think it's taking too long, we could just leave him.
No.
Or we could send the ship to pick him up.
No. We'll see if we can get him to go back.
There's his shadow.
Yeah. It's coming down quite slowly here. I mean, he could just take a surface sample here and bring it back with him anyway.
Yeah, I mean it'll fill in that tiny little gap in the signs.
Yeah. Down he comes. That was nice. Nearly half your fuel gone exactly. Cool.
Hey! Oh no, it's 150 signs because
Yeah.
we haven't reported in with it yet.
40 there. Right. Back you go. Nice. You're just skirting across the air surface of the planet here.
Yeah, hugely risky.
Yeah. But we know that it's it comes over this little peak and then it flattens off fairly quick. So you just really need to crest that hill like that. That's fine. So then I'm coming. Oh well, should have brought a book.
Indeed. Oh dear. Well, I'm sorry about this, folks. It has taken a while. But it's an experiment that we did, that we didn't know whether or not it would pay off. It hasn't paid off. But on the plus side, we know it's possible, even though we'll never do it again.
Yeah. But, you know, just shows it could be done. In theory, we could have used that to get into orbit.
Yeah, in theory, you can get into orbit purely from using the RCS jetpack. My hand's gone numb. I've been sitting at a really uncomfortable angle, and my hand's actually numb now.
That's not great. That's your left hand that you're using to control all movement.
Yeah.
Right.
My right hand, the one that I use just for the mouse, is fine.
Okay, coming down nicely over the top of it. I'd start, yeah, killing that killing that velocity.
Yeah, I think I'm going to overshoot it.
Yeah, it is certainly looking like it. But as frame of reference, if we can stop right above it, we know how far away off the ground we are. Where's it went? There it is.
Push back! Back!
He is coming down at quite a bit of a speed there, mind. You've overshot by nearly half the distance again. You're kind of running out of your old EVA juice here as well.
Yeah. This has not gone according to plan.
It's alright, just push him a little bit forwards. Just a little bit, give him a bit forward momentum. Oh, it's going to take forever for him to walk his way back here.
He's not going to need to walk.
Oh no, he's coming back down again. Still got a bit there. Coming down fairly quick. Not ridiculous though.
Nah, he's coming
He's
down
got
fine.
to have enough to get back into the rocket though, remember. So you've still got to leave him a little bit extra just to...
That's a good point, he does need a little bit of juice.
Because it would be a travesty if we got him back and then he didn't have enough to get back on board.
300 metres away.
Right, start running. Just going to have to run. That's quite a bit. Didn't use a huge amount though, it's just how much you'll have to use to slow yourself down.
Same again.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Alright, that's getting closer.
He's only going to need about 10 to get in. Not even that.
It's just to make sure that you don't make a balls out of it, because we'll look incredibly stupid if that doesn't work out properly. Right, kill it. Kill it, he's close enough. See, you're trying to show off. You're going to try and land on it, and that's not going to work. You've got no fuel left.
Oh, ye of little faith. He's only got to get up there. He travelled 6 kilometres.
This is
with
true.
50.
Yeah, but now he's got 10.
To be honest,
No, now
he could jump there. Look.
Oh.
Oh.
Right, that was useful. It's like it's turned into an episode of Jackass in space.
Get back up.
Just get him back in the rocket. We're ready to go home.
Right. Don't jump. When you jump far too far.
If you're standing at the base of it, maybe just to get the height, get him stand at the side, jump straight up, and then kick them in for his little fine tuning to.
Jeb's in a very interesting pose.
He's saying Minmus is my house. Is what he's saying. His little arms out. Oh, he's doing some sort of religious symbolism. As the sun sets over the mountains. Right, get back in. We've kept these good folks long enough. Point 0.04 left. Right. Alright, Jeb. Time's up. Oh, he's
Interesting.
certainly is, yeah. His animations have just decided to freeze him into some sort of like Christ-like pose for some reason. We could make a great video with his arms out like that, with him flying into the sun with his arms out. It'd be like the end of Alien 3. Right, back in. Hopefully that won't impact on his flying performance.
Right, we've done everything we need to do. We've got soil samples, we've done all the science. Is that right?
I believe it is. Yeah.
Right, where's Kermin?
Up and back home.
Where is Kermin? Must be on the other side of the
Other side
planet.
of those rocks. Just get him up. Easy enough done. So I want to fly over the flat bit.
So Kermin's to the 90.
Yeah. Fly up and over in that other direction. I believe there's some talk of what they call the your birth effect, which is using the planet's gravity to assist you in your manoeuvring, but I don't fully understand what it means. So just kind of shoot back in the general direction of the planet. Right, you want to cut there?
No, I don't.
Are you just going to burn to escape?
I just want to push 90 to get caught by Kermin's atmosphere.
Cool.
I say atmosphere, what I mean is sphere of influence.
It's alright. We use the terms interchangeably anyway. At the Geordie Space Programme, one term can mean many things.
Yeah, we generally just don't know what we're talking about. Look at all these contracts we've completed. Explore Minmus, we've successfully explored Minmus. We've done the whole thing. 164.
18.
18, 38 science, 28, 18. Another 1838 science.
It's been a pretty good
It's
mission.
been a productive mission. And so we've got about 70 science from the missions themselves.
And then we've
I
got...
can't wait to see what we've got when we come back.
Aye, good couple of... Well, few hundred. Right. Okay, we're back. So
let's see what sort of retrograde burn we're looking at. You see, we're looking at 22 seconds.
it's fine. We've still got 354 units of fuel. We've still got a third of a tank.
We could have used that fuel to jaunt around Minmus quite happily without having to do that excruciatingly slow thing.
Yeah, but I mean, with doing that, the video's already probably fairly long now. And,
It is.
You know, we don't outstay our welcome. You know,
In
any
fact,
more than necessary.
do you think we should like break our rule and do a little bit of editing to skip that bit ahead?
Nah.
Yeah.
People like our idiocy, or at least I like to think that people like our idiocy, and that was a good example of our idiocy.
That's true. I thought it would be a good idea. I thought it would be clever. I didn't realise it would take so long, and in fact, get nowhere.
It was worth
What a mun encounter there. Did you see it?
I did. I mean, that would have been quite a good one on the way back. Right, that's a good one.
There we go. 40,000. We'll get caught up by the atmosphere nicely. Help us slow down. What the hell happened?
I think we've time accelerated through the orbit, thus being pushed right back out again, and now we've got a moon encounter.
That's good.
And that's. What's the periapsis on that orbit like?
On that orbit?
What's it gonna be like when we come back round? Very high again.
2k.
Right, we'll try that again. Try not to overshoot! Christ, we nearly crashed into the moon. Give us a heart attack. Slow down.
Hang on, are we still in contact with the moon? Are we still in moon encounter? Yeah, we are.
Right, but we've got that. So
yeah, we've got that, so it's no
get
use
back
to
in, just burn retrograde, bring her back down. No funny business.
Let me get into
Yeah.
Kermin's influence first.
It's a hell of an orbit. Right, just start burning.
I'm going to burn retro.
Yeah, we've got loads of fuel.
That was a little whoopsie daisy on the old... Where is the retrograde?
It's a good job we didn't do any special Scott Manley bouncing. That's all I can say.
Well, that shouldn't have happened. I was assuming that when we got into within about 60,000 that it would slow the time down automatically. It usually does, but I think
you weren't doing like physical time warp or anything like that, rather than anything particularly clever.
I wasn't doing anything particularly clever. I was just using the regular time warp. What's the physical time warp?
Where you hold down, is it shift or is it alt, and you can.
I think it's alt where you force it.
Yeah, you can force it into something even faster, but then weird things can happen.
The fuel situation's all right. We'll just continue burning like this.
Yeah, we're doing all right. It's very, very inefficient, but don't matter. I was going to say you can't take it with you. You can, but we don't particularly need to.
Right, that's 3 hours away, so I'll skip, but not quite as quickly as I did before.
Yeah, just wait until we drop our way back down. We'll catch the atmosphere before we get to the periapsis anyway, the angle we're coming in at.
Well, where do you think that'll leave we'll land in?
Um,
We'll probably land in the ocean.
Dark side, I'm reckoning we'll probably come down and land though.
I don't know, with it being 40,000 it'll not slow it down that quickly. What I might do is start retroing when we hit 60.
Right, yeah, just to bring it down even shorter. I mean, because we're not using anything like Ferrum Aerospace and we're not using any kind of like advanced aerodynamics models, it doesn't really matter the angle that we'll come in at. I mean, if you can come in nice and shallow and use the atmosphere, adds a touch of cost to your landing, but you don't need to worry about it. It's not going to have like a gameplay impact on being able to do it.
Yeah, we don't have deadly re-entry or anything like that.
I'd be interested to see if that's something that ends up happening in the future of the game, you know, as the kind of push for it, or maybe have it so there's like a harder mode, or having the options to enable a more realistic physics engine. You know, like for people who've... Because, I mean, the game's been around for, what, 2 or 3 years now in, like, an early form?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some people that can play it very, very well. And maybe as a bit of a nod to them, putting in kind of like a hardcore mode where actually it's, you know, a lot of the physics is kind of modelling real-world physics. I'm not sure how easy that is to do. I imagine it's a complete pain in the backside trying to program in physics into the game. But could be worth having a bit of consideration.
The mods are there to draw from, so, I mean...
Yeah.
If the modders can do it,
and we
then...
know that B9 Aerospace and some of those parts, I think he's... Oh, what's he called? Sure AI, I think. But he's now working with the devs to get his parts into the vanilla game.
Oh, fantastic. That's
parts.
Brilliant.
Yeah. A lot of really cool new parts with a lot of exciting little features on them. And they're saying that might be an even as early as version 25 potentially.
Although
Well,
version
to that.
25 could be a while off.
Yeah, it's still probably a while off yet, like, but you know, it's one of those things. I don't mind when developers take a bit of time to bring out an update. You know, I mean, it's part of the course. I don't pretend to be an expert in game development. I appreciate these things will take time.
But this first contract update was huge.
Yeah,
In terms of the impact it's had on the game, it's totally changed the way we play.
Yep, and sometimes you'll get small updates, sometimes you'll get very large updates, but you know, as long as the game is generally trending towards being in a better state.
We're spinning quite badly because of the way this rocket's designed. We are nose down,
Yeah.
and I'm worried about the position of the parachutes and what that means
For
for
the
when
rest
we
of the
try
rocket.
and land.
Do your best.
You say do your best. I've got no control at the moment. When we slow down a bit more, I may be able to point it nose upwards. I doubt it. I think we're sort of locked in now into
Yeah.
this.
We shall see. I mean, the atmosphere's slowing down quite nicely there.
But we're coming down on land, which is good. Shall I do a barometer?
Yeah, we're
We might as well
Fine,
get the
good.
data, an extra 8.4 science
there
for
we go.
an atmospheric pressure scan.
Right, you've got some control. All you can do is try and push it up. We haven't got a huge amount of speed coming up here. I'd probably put your chutes out. Oh, that's clever, doing the old
Doing
the
the
old
old
whirligig
rockabye,
idol.
baby.
Yeah, the old waltzer.
And then the shoots out.
Ooh,
There we
that
go.
would've- I'm sure giving a little bit of creaking and groaning on those metal parts at the tri-stack. But we've done it. That's nice.
Fantastic. It seems to have been a successful mission, he says, with bated breath as they approach the ground.
Yeah.
On the dark side, unfortunately, but our landings on Kermin are never as controlled as our
people couldn't
landings on...
have, they couldn't have missed the flame trail coming in. That was particularly spectacular coming off that one. That was a good one.
I'll skip time until we hit about 1,000 metres, because it looks like we're actually a lot closer to the ground than the standard 500 metre mark. There we go, the chute's
bloody hell.
deployed.
Aye, we're down.
So we've got 400 odd metres to go. So I'll skip it down to about 700.
For some reason, I thought we just hit the ground there. Just a little minor hallucination.
And we're coming in at a nice controlled 8 metres a second.
Yeah, that'll do nice.
This has been relatively successful.
Not been a bad one. I mean,
Still
there was
no
that little
deaths.
bit of unpleasantness with Nedald flying around for no good reason on Minmus, but we had to give it a go.
We had to give it a go, we had to try it. We've got to break new boundaries, experiment with new things.
Something we haven't done before. And as you say, we'll not do that again. Down we go.
Down we go, let's recover the vessel.
Check that fat loot.
Check out the loot. 652.4 science
That's
for a
a-
grand total of 964 science.
That's a lot of science.
That's a lot of science. All that stuff we brought back. We get an extra 6,700 from our return.
622 grand in the bank now.
622,000 in the bank from our starting 10,000
That's probably enough
capital.
where we don't have to quibble about 8 grand's worth of parts coming down.
Mhm.
So in future launches we can probably toss the old probe cores off.
So I think for a starting point, when we come back next time, we're going to be unlocking an awful lot of stuff on this text tree, considering we're at the sort of mark where things are costing 160.
Yeah, we can
probably
get quite a few of those bits
Clear
and
the,
pieces.
clear the majority of them as well as these basic ones.
And of course, with that, it means that we can look at building more advanced, bigger, and better rockets. And of course, when we're building those, what we'd like to know is what do the viewers want to see we try and do next. That's always useful. So if anybody has got
Absolutely.
any comments or suggestions, by all means, drop a line. Of course, you've got the comments box there. You've got Twitter. You've got Facebook. Let me know what you think.
And join us next time when we'll be unlocking the stuff, building some new stuff, and shooting off to pastures new to try some new things. Thank you for your patience watching us while Ned flies around on Minmus, and we will see you next time for some more Geordie space program.
See you later.